Okay, bro, I'm gonna do a quick supplement tier list for you, and we're gonna start it off with magnesium. Don't pay too much attention to which brands I chose. I just Googled it and took a picture where you could see quite well what it is. Don't really worry about the brands. Magnesium is A tier for me because most people don't get enough magnesium naturally, or even if you do and you're male and you're training, you actually need more magnesium than the daily recommendation is. It's around 400 milligrams for males, but if you're a male and you're working out, some of that magnesium is being used and burned up of sorts. So you should have a bit more. You can get it from your diet pretty well. I do, for example, because of the foods I eat. But for most people, hitting their magnesium naturally will be pretty difficult, especially if they work out. So I would put it at A tier, and even I supplement it sometimes. And next up, we got zinc. I feel like zinc always goes hand in hand with magnesium, as these two have like mostly the same effects. Both magnesium and zinc, they strengthen your joints and your bones and your tendons, and in general just your tendons and joints. They are taking a beating when you're working out. Yeah, like your chest and stuff, they may recover from proteins and all that, but your joints will oftentimes need longer time, because think of it like this skinny wrist of mine, for example. This guy has to bench like almost 80 kilograms. Like this guy, poor little guy, he's taking a beating. So magnesium and zinc, they both go into A tier for me. Zinc could actually go into, as I'm actually putting zinc into S tier because it's also a natural testosterone booster. But you can get zinc naturally without a lot of trouble. But I'd still put it in S tier, because if you don't really eat red meat, you're gonna have a bit more trouble getting zinc. And if you want to go the completely natural way, eat oysters. Just 2 or 3 are enough, and you will have a bunch of zinc and you won't have any problems with that. Next up, we have vitamin D, especially vitamin D3 and K2, because vitamin D3 can't be absorbed into the blood flow without vitamin K2. So you always get these together. Vitamin D3 alone is like a D tier, F tier supplement, okay? It's completely useless. But vitamin D is a bit interesting because it completely depends where you're from and what your ethnicity is. For example, I live in Germany, but I have Turkish ancestors. So for me, vitamin D3 is S tier, okay? Especially if it's not summer, because like I have the Turkish genes of sorts where I just need a lot of vitamin D. Your skin color really doesn't matter that much here. If you're from a place which is really hot, but you're really white, you still need a lot more vitamin D than your other fellow white guys, okay? So for me, vitamin D3 K2 is S tier here in Germany as an immigrant. But if you're English from England, then it drops down to B tier in my opinion, because it's pretty easy for you to get your vitamin D in, even if it's not super sunny. If it's bright outside, like you can see my window is like glowing. It is completely gray in Germany right now. We have no sun at the moment, but there's still a bunch of vitamin D, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see outside, but you can. So for me, vitamin D is S tier. I'm gonna go from my position, but if you're an English guy from England, then it's only B tier. And if you're black, it's always S tier. If you're not from like your home country, like a black guy in England has to take a lot of vitamin D3 and K2, because the difference between the African and English sun is just so huge, and you really have to make up for that. Next up, we have collagen. This one is grass-fed. I don't know if it matters that much, but collagen also goes into S tier in my opinion. It has some protein, but it's not a complete protein. It doesn't have all the amino acids. So collagen powder on itself cannot act as a lone protein of sorts. But this also just helps your bones and joints and tendons recover. And this will just make working out easier. You will have fewer of those little aches and pains. For example, I had a pain in this wrist just yesterday. And if I took some collagen if I didn't stop taking collagen, I would probably not have had that problem. And this will just reduce cramps, reduce problems. So collagen goes into S tier. Creatine monohydrate for me goes into B tier, because with creatine, I still don't trust it. I mean, it is the most researched supplement on the market, but a lot of studies are done with agenda, and a lot of studies are financed by creatine companies. And if it's a good study, yeah, sure, publish it. If it's not, don't publish it. But creatine goes into B tier for me. You can get it from red meat, but you can't get that much creatine naturally, so I don't think us humans are supposed to have a lot of creatine. So I would just leave it at max 5 grams a day, eat your red meat, and you will be fine in my opinion. Then next up we have vitamin C. This is the lowest for me. This is D tier. It's completely unnecessary because eating just one kiwi will cover like 70% or even 100%. It depends on your weight and gender. But eating a kiwi will cover most of your vitamin C needs, and just after that you will get your vitamin C by other foods on accident almost. Then we have whey protein powder. This also goes into D tier for me because it isn't absorbed that well, but it is quite cheap and quite tasty. It's like a little cheat meal for me. I'll actually put it into C because sometimes it can make life a bit nicer. Just don't cook protein powder, by the way, because it has like compounds that become toxic when they are cooked. Next up we have a vitamin B complex. This goes into B tier if you're just a normal eater, but if you're vegan or vegetarian, this automatically becomes S tier because it's pretty much only found in meat and to some degree in other animal products. So B tier if you're normal, S if you're vegan. And the last one I have is not actually a supplement because like nobody's just selling it as a supplement, but we have salt. And salt goes into S tier actually, for just what it does to your performance, because having no salt in your system will fuck up your performance and will give you brain fog and it will make you worse. So sodium, salt, whatever goes into S tier, and you have the four kings of working out and recovering are zinc, vitamin D3, K2, collagen, and salt. Also, I would recommend you take magnesium. And the other ones are more niche, like creatine. You will need that if you're vegan. Like B tier is the vegan tier almost. These two B tier supplements, they become S tier if you're vegan. Whey protein powder is like actually D tier, but it kind of makes life nice and it's a bit fun and it's a staple of the gym community. So I won't put it into D, but vitamin C is completely unnecessary as a supplement. Just eat a kiwi or 1 or 2 oranges and you will be fine. And yeah, that's it for the list. Thank you for watching. Take care.